Most people don't see that self-help and anything related to personal development is all energetic work. Ever wondered why self-help keeps you in a cycle of healing, but you don't necessarily stop and you can't find the outcomes from it? I'm here to tell you why. Modern day society has taught that self help is an endless cycle of healing where you can get XYZ outcome, and the West really does not understand self development. They just borrow it from the Eastern world. So there's a lot that we have to dissect today. First, we have to learn how to be. If we don't learn how to be, then it's so difficult to understand self help as a concept. And more importantly, our culture does not fixate on being, it fixates on productivity. It fixates on productivity where you can rationalize fear and be like, are you competent, are you not competent, which then puts you in survival mode. So the origins of how self-development should impact and help you are kind of dysregulated. People go to therapy, most people look at self-help books, but you have to do the inner work with what you choose to, consume as per, your needs. And that also ties into how Western standards actually are deviated from the mind, body, and spirit. It can challenge the mind, it can look at the mind, but that is not the only part of the equation. Your nervous system is also tied, your vagus nerve. And this is where you have to be at peace. You have to just be. You do not need to earn your worth. You don't need to prove anything. And so when we're in a constant state of just, let me fix this, let me fix that, let me see this, let me see that, you're not really integrating anything when you go outside in the world. And another part that's missing with the integration is your intuition. That's the next part. I remember how foreign it felt to slow down and to trust that money's coming, trust that life is working in my favor, trust that I'm being provided for, because most of the time I never really got the support that I needed in my life. And I'm still working through it, but have I seen the other side? Absolutely. We can effortlessly attract things. It is really the societal framework and this constant fear that comes up in us that overtakes our judgment, and it's all the logic mind. It is not the intuitive emotional mind. And both are very important in their cases, but we use so much of one of them with the logic mind that women cannot actually flourish as much as they think they should. So another way that this has helped me to calm down is, left nostril breathing. It's also called pranayama. And this is extremely helpful because it goes into the rest and digest mode, and it gives the most mental clarity. Now, on a daily basis, nobody is actually fully aware of what their body is feeling. You have to sit down, be in the present moment, and just think about, what am I actually feeling in my body? Can I actually be safe and content for 2 seconds? Can I actually rest for 2 seconds? Make peace with maybe some things in your life that are not working and just sit there for a minute and be still. This is a really small way of advancing with your nervous system and regulating it, and it may also feel really stupid or trivial, but this is one of the ways to understand, oh my god, I've been using my headspace too much, I'm too much in survival mode, but now is the time where I should step out of that and start actually operate from a place of safety. And for women, this is probably one of the toughest things to do because we have been taught to operate on a man's paradigm the entire time. Another thing that also pisses me off about modern day self-development and the world of it is that people are using it for productivity. And that is counterintuitive. Productivity is really not in our inherent nature. We can accomplish things, we can build things, we can build empires, we can do whatever we need to. But that's not our inherent nature. And so there are certain things that you just have to go back to your Eastern roots for. Our Eastern cultures, indigenous cultures, they all have the answers. And so when you look at it as per a white man's paradigm or corporate paradigm, you are not really going to get any answers. And women know this. Women have inherent wisdom that helps them. So you need to trust that your intuition, your pragmatic approach and inner wisdom is going to get you where you're supposed to get. Another thing that I find very amusing is that self-help and personal development in the Western world is often pushed into, people who are in survival mode. And that is very counterintuitive. If you don't know how to feel safe on the inside, if you don't know how to be just present in the moment and learn how to just be in a meditative state in the moment, then you're really not doing what you're supposed to do. And it's like you're training your brain to think in a very different way than what society has force fed into you, which is being in survival mode, constantly hyper vigilant about if money's coming in or not. So many things that give us additional unnecessary stress. So then you're going to start doing your healing work. You're going to keep getting fixated in a loop, but you're never going to get anywhere. And the reason is because of integration and your nervous system. So what actually works if you want to get out of this cycle of self-help not actually working? First is the self-trust aspect and your nervous system. You need to understand that you are completely safe and taken care of. You can do affirmations in the mirror for this. I am safe and taken care of. Any affirmations that you start in the mirror, especially because I have a mirror guide, if you check my link in bio, is that you have to kind of overcome a lot of the fears and thoughts that you might initially have. You have to kind of go over a little bit of an obstacle. Then it starts easing its way because you are rewiring, years worth of conditioning. And so self-trust to know that things are coming my way. There's no actual, urgency. Everything is a false sense of urgency. And to be still, have slowness in your life, take things slow, feminine rituals, breath work especially. These are all tools you can use. It is combining different modalities, tools, methods to uplift your own vibration, your own energy, to alchemize your pain. Now, alchemizing sounds really difficult and challenging. It's not. It's just looking at and dissecting your patterns and then creating a better reality from those patterns. So when you're continuously healing, continuously looking, continuously challenging yourself, you are not integrating that in terms of learning how your intuition operates. That's one thing. And how to use your intuition to feel like you are in the right places at the right time. This is the key part of integration that I feel like very few YouTubers talk about, but just very few people on social media talk about, where how do you integrate after you've done your inner healing and work to some extent?